Before anyone dreamt of unifying 3D software in production pipelines, whether it be in animation, game development, or VFX, the original motivation behind USD was rather a self-centered one, which aimed to help Pixar make better movies, which makes sense. It was basically the company saying, let's make life easier for us, so good for them. USD has been in development at Pixar Animation Studios with more than 100 people who contributed to it throughout the years since 1995. The idea behind it was to build a file format that is capable of containing 3D models, textures, animations, visual cameras, and much more other stuff. However, it's not like other formats, for reasons that we will discover in a minute. But before that, I need to give you a little bit of historical background. USD was first implemented in Finding Dory in the 2016 sequel of the highly acclaimed Finding Nemo, which was a great animated movie. Later that year, it was published as an open source technology to allow everyone in the industry to benefit from it and to further develop it. After this decision was encouraged by Pixar leadership, including Jim Morris, Steve May, and Ed Catmull, the co-founder of Pixar and president of Walt Disney Animation Studios, who actually stated, "We believe that being open with our technology and sharing it with our peers in the industry is how we can best continue to drive innovation." Okay, now why USD? Well, I mean, couldn't it have been any other format? So what makes this format so unique? USD, which stands for Universal Scene Description, is a file format that can store and describe three-dimensional data, such as models, animations, and so on. And it has many aspects that make it different from others, so let me explain. USD has many features that make it a powerhouse of a format to transfer 3D content, which fixes many of the problems that productions face in terms of their workflow. The first thing that we should be aware of is its composition engine, which allows us to non-destructively assemble 3D scenes from different sources. Let's just say, as an example, different software, and what's exciting about this is that it can allow multiple artists to work on the same scene at the same time, by granting each artist the power to work in their own little file called a layer, without erasing or editing any other artist's work, all of which will be combined together at the end, such as a model's geometry being in one layer, another layer for materials, and another one for animation, for example. But it can get much more impressive than that. The second key feature is what they call schemas, a way to define a particular type of object or entity in a 3D scene, such as a mesh, camera, or light. It also comes with a unique and extendable structure, along with features that can be easily customized to be used for compositing, rendering, simulation, and so on. For example, USD itself comes bundled with core schemas, such as shading. NVIDIA has also worked with Pixar and Apple to build physics schemas for rigid bodies. You know, the ability to create extra stuff for it. USD is also designed to easily transfer 3D assets between different software, for instance, Hydra Framework, which in simple terms is a way to make the USD file format compatible with any render engine. It is much more complex than that, and USD itself has much more features, but this is, I think, the general gist of it. I recently wanted to up my product animation game. You know, those crispy modern product animations that you can see everywhere nowadays. And this class by Derek Elliott was an awesome resource to learn from. I feel like I understand the basics, but what Derek offers in this class is a workflow on how to combine all the knowledge into one awesome looping animation. By the way, if you are interested in learning more about animation, Skillshare is the place for you. Skillshare is the largest learning community on the web, with thousands of classes led by industry professionals in film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. And what I like more about Skillshare is their recent Learning Paths edition, where you not only can pick a class, but also a learning path with multiple courses handpicked and curated specifically to help you achieve your goals. So if you want, for example, to master modeling and animation in Blender, this learning path is a perfect pick for you. You will go through all the major milestones by learning modeling, sculpting, lighting and materials in addition to animation. So, The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free Skillshare Premium membership, which will allow you to access the entire library of learning paths and in addition to all their classes. Skillshare has been a big supporter of the channel for a long time, so please help support the channel and pick a new skill by clicking the link in the description. What many people in the field will tell you is that innovation itself may not always be recognized. After all, the CG industry is known to be filled with a lot of package politics. So the question now is, how did the industry react to it? Well, while it wasn't expected, the technology was received positively, and the format is already in circulation with a lot of potential for the future. As a matter of fact, USD has already created an impressive butterfly effect in the industry, which all started back when it was represented at SIGGRAPH in 2016, following the release of Finding Dory by Van Gelder, who spent more than 2 decades developing Pixar's tools. In an interview he gave to NVIDIA blog, he recalled, "We had talked to people about USD, but we weren't sure they would embrace it." He said, "I did a live demo on a laptop of a scene from Finding Dory, so they could see USD's scalability and performance and what we at Pixar could do with it, and they really got the message." As an example of what the industry's reaction to it was, and the butterfly effect it created, one of the people in the crowd at SIGGRAPH was Rav Laboridian, the Vice President of Simulation Technology at NVIDIA, who was inspired by it, which resulted in a series of ideas and events that led to the creation of NVIDIA Omniverse, a real-time 3D graphics collaboration platform where artists can work on their scenes together and to sync the different software they use. And this was only possible because USD was at the heart and soul of this tool. Following that, the format was quickly getting adopted into the industry, with many commercial software starting to add it, such as Nuke, Houdini, Maya, Blender, and pretty much any other software you can imagine. But also in the production side of things, starting of course with Pixar's movies, but also by other companies, such as Double Negative, as mentioned by Jeff Clifford, their head of R&D, who said that they have used it to convert many large environment assets from their proprietary system over to USD for testing, and they have been using the USD viewer successfully in production, which is really good. But recently, let's just say that things became even more serious. While the USD5 format has been on the rise for many years, I believe it has never been as big as it is nowadays, especially after a certain event that happened. Because you see, in August of last year, many big heads of the industry joined forces with Pixar to form the OpenUSD Alliance, and these are Adobe, Apple, Autodesk, and NVIDIA, together with the Joint Development Foundation, an affiliate of the Linux Foundation. From what I can see, the goal behind this alliance is to promote USD to potentially make it the standard file format within the 3D industry, and to further develop the technology around it. Gordon Bradley, for instance, a senior software architect at Autodesk, said, "Whether you are building CG worlds or original twins or looking ahead for the 3D web, content creators need a cohesive way to collaborate and share data across tools, in addition to services and platforms." And Autodesk is excited to support the Alliance for OpenUSD as it drives 3D interoperability for visual effects, animation, and beyond, and supports our vision to help customers design and make a better world. As for the likes of Apple, Mike Rockwell, Apple's vice president of the Vision Products Group, mentioned, "Apple has been an active contributor to the development of USD, and it is an essential technology for the groundbreaking Vision OS platform, as well as the new Reality Composer Pro developer tool. We look forward to fostering its growth into a broadly adapted standard." So as you can see, those companies have a plan to further develop USD and to make it the standard across all fields of 3D, such as visual effects, VR, metaverse, and so on. But whether this will happen or not, me personally, I think it will, even though there are some things that can stop it from happening. So let's wait and see. In terms of the challenges that the OpenUSD project is currently facing, for the most part, the CG industry is known for a slow adaptation of new tools, but that's for a reason. because many studios have already built and developed their own pipelines and in-house tools that work in harmony with each other. So this can be very expensive and disruptive to their ongoing productions if they want to do it again, especially knowing what they currently have is working well for them. Another aspect to be aware of is that many studios already have their own file formats and they work with other in-house tools. Part of the reason behind this practice is that they are optimized to be used with their software, and it helps them protect their intellectual properties, because one of the risks of using a format like USD is that how easy it can be opened with any software. So studios have their own formats to add security measures to protect their intellectual property and maintain control over their creative assets. But while it is the case now, I think we can still be hopeful, because USD is simply that good, and maybe eventually it will become the golden standard of the field. I hope you guys found this video useful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.